Hello, friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm super excited because I'm going to be interviewing the CEO and founder of Party Slate. I'm not sure if you guys are out there as event photographers and utilizing Party Slate, but if you have not, you want to check this interview out because Julie is amazing and she's going to go over SEO. She's going to go over Party Slate, how it can work for photographers, specifically what photographers are doing that are having success, that others that aren't, and a couple really amazing nuggets that I'm taking away and I'm going to start implementing in my business. So if you want to know how to utilize Party Slate, get some fantastic AI and marketing tips, you're going to want to watch this video because she goes into depth about all of it and she is truly a force to be reckoned with. And if you're not on Party Slate, I'm telling you, you're missing out because I have made thousands and thousands of dollars, well worth the membership fee via Party Slate. And I'm telling you, it's a great addition if you are an event photographer to get into. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so thank you so much, Julie, for being on today with me. I'm super excited. I'm a little giddy. I can't believe you're on, but I'm
Thanks
excited.
for having me.
Of course, I know you're
I
gonna.
get excited when other people get excited about Party Slate. This is my baby. So
Yes.
the fact that you are a fan of our brand and our platform makes my day. So thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing. And actually, fun fact, I was in it at the beginning, like
Yeah.
when you first started, and then COVID hit and I had to take a step back,
Yeah.
but I'm back at it again. So yeah,
Well,
huge.
we're so excited that you're back and appreciate you interviewing me. So thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay, well, let's dive right into it. Like I said, Julie's amazing. She is the CEO of Party Slate, which is a fantastic space for event professionals, and I'll let her talk a little bit about it. One of the things I wanted to kick off this interview with is because I know some people know of you, I know of you,
Yes.
but some people don't. So if you don't mind kind of starting with your story,
Sure.
just telling us a little bit of like what inspired you to create Party Slate, this
Yes.
amazing company.
Well, ever since seventh grade, when I threw my first party, like I think it was my 13th birthday or something, I've always believed it was a roller skating party, like traditional old school roller skating.
Yep.
I've always believed in the power of the live event to bring people together, especially in the day of, I have three teenagers on screens and it's hard to get people connected. I've always been inspired by the events industry. I wasn't from the events industry, I was your client. So I was
Okay.
building a digital agency. I was at a couple of different big digital agencies and technology companies. And I was always the one planning the big holiday party or rallying people due to a client, sales incentive trip or a president's club or even a fundraiser for my kids' school. I just always loved events. And as
Mhm.
I was planning these events, I've probably planned about 50 large scale events,
Okay.
including galas, corporate events over the years. I kept looking online, being a digital person, for inspiration. And all I could find were kind of the wedding blogs, the mass market wedding blogs, and they
Hmm.
just didn't speak to me. So I started looking around and I was redesigning my kitchen. I used a website called Houzz,
Yeah.
Houzz. And I kid you not, I felt like lightning struck. I really did. I'm like, I'm using these profiles to find a kitchen designer, to find a general contractor, and this complex process. I'm overwhelmed, and I saw how it helped me, and I used it with my interior designer, and I started to realize, like, wow, what if I had something like this? Not exactly the same, but something like this for these big events I was planning. And so I started dreaming out loud, putting my business plan together, and 3 short years later, I
Wow.
quit my job to start Party Slate. That was about 10 years ago and started with raising a round of funding, friends and family funding, and hired 3 or 4 people. My co-founder, John Harrow, started the company with me, and it built from there. We started in Chicago, where I'm from. Then
Mhm.
we launched in LA, in Dallas, New York, and now we're nationwide. We have profiles all over the world. And I'm proud to share we just hit over 4 million unique visitors per year visiting Party Slate. So really exciting that,
Yeah.
just kind of this thing that I needed for
Mhm.
myself, turned into something that's helping people really. Our main goal is to connect them with you, with venues, with planners, with photographers, and get them inspired along the way and make the process just a little bit. easier to plan an event of any kind. It's still a lot of work to plan an event. There's not
Yeah.
a lot of shortcuts, but if you can only visit 3 or 4 venues versus
Mhm.
10 to get that short list, we hope we can help you narrow the list and get inspired and reach out to them to learn more.
Yeah, and I mean, I can tell you, I've had some serious wins from Party Slate and vendors that I work with as well. So I think it's an amazing
Thank you.
platform
And we
personally.
know we know it's a high, high intent, the complex purchase. Like you're not just like click to buy a pizza, right? Like
No.
I'm going to be working with this person. My family's going to meet this person, or it's a lot of the stakes are high for a corporate event. And so we know it's 7 to 10 touch points. So even if, and we hear this a lot, referrals, 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 they are absolutely number one, two, and three. There is no question. But if someone gets 3 referrals, typically they don't get one, they get 2 or 3 referrals.
Hmm.
Where is the first place they're going to go? They're going to go to the digital ecosystem. And our research has shown we're not the only ones that 7 to 10 is typically, even if it's a referral. So
Hmm.
the Instagram, your website, you're going to do a Google search, you're going to ChatGPT, you're going to triangulate. I mean, even LinkedIn, I always tell professionals, don't forget about LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend all your time there, but make sure your profile looks good. They're going to triangulate on that and decide, do you get the first call or the second call or the first email or second email? And we know that there's a big, big advantage for being the first person they reach out to. So we believe the stronger digital presence will help you get that first call. It's not everything, but it's going to help you get that first call.
Yeah, and piggybacking on that too, like I think Party Slate for me, and I have more questions I want to ask you specifically geared towards photography, but for me, it's like also the SEO, and I'm going to
Yep.
plug the YouTube website as well because you guys have a YouTube channel, sorry, not website, but channel
Yeah.
that goes over all the different features that Party Slate can do,
Yes.
and you're continuously updating those things and tips and tricks on how to
Yeah, we do
optimize.
webinars, once every 3 weeks or so,
Okay.
and we're always sharing, what are new things you can do at Party Slate. But we also have thought leaders like Cindy Novotny, who's a very well-known sales consultant for the hospitality
Hmm.
world, and she's talking about how you can match your follow-through strategy with, sending really unique digital deliverables. For example, maybe you don't send them to your website. We have this new product called Photo Hub, and you can
Hmm.
send them a custom photo board instead of your entire website. You could say, when you reached out to me and looking at your Instagram, these photos came to mind when I thought of you, excited to talk to you next week. And so it's much more high and, high, it's more intentionality. It's less of, here's my brochure, here's my website,
Yeah.
here's my Instagram. That doesn't say, I heard you. I heard what you said. I know what's important to you. And so we're trying to really help people sell better and
Yep.
help consumers or these hosts make better decisions on who's the right fit for them.
And I think too, like the networking aspect of it, and I'll go into my next question, but I can tell you from my end, I, being in the niche that I'm in with bar and bat mitzvahs
Yes.
strategically, it's all I want to photograph. I've done
Yeah.
weddings, I've done it all. 20 years is a long time,
Yeah.
but I love the niche of bar and bat mitzvahs and networking with those professionals and tagging
Yes.
them. There's not a place that we can go in the San Francisco Bay Area. Yes, in New York for sure,
Yes.
but a place where we can put our imagery and actually have like, kind of print media. Back in the day, we would get published
Yeah.
in wedding magazines, right?
Yeah.
But Party Slate is such a great venue for that or
Yes.
avenue for that and
Yeah, we call it a platform because we
platform.
know we're different than a digital magazine
Mhm.
where you almost a little bit, it's kind of a combination of a platform and social media. It's not social media, but we say it's like your the channel you can control the most. So we
Mhm.
don't, unlike Yelp, we don't let people add their own reviews. We don't let
Right.
people touch you. You control your profile page.
Mhm.
And what we say is it's kind of the best complement to your Instagram and your website. And if it's 7 to 10 touch points, we'd much rather them see your beautiful Party Slate profile that's
Yeah.
custom built for the events industry compared to Yelp, as an example.
Right. And that SEO does help too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's so much to dive into. Like,
Yes.
I swear I
I'm
could
such a
talk,
tech geek. Like I'm having fun on this conversation. We
but
love SEO. And
it's like,
SEO is the cousin of AEO, which is artificial intelligence
Okay.
optimization. So
Gotcha.
it's the new buzzword in the tech world. But we believe, and of course, there's some nuances. If you really build for SEO, which includes fast loading, high engagement, time spent, internal links, there's a 900 factors that impact SEO. If you build for that, you're also going to do well with ChatGPT.
Okay, because that's like one of the things that I'm not good at. So I'm,
Yes,
and I
it's
actually have a
okay.
question.
It's early days.
I know, because this is like, I'm not good at SEO. I know a lot of photographers probably aren't. I'm really good at marketing and networking, which
Yes.
for me, Party Slate has been fantastic for. I've been able to connect with vendors in New York, photographers in New York that I am actually really good friends with now. So that's
Oh,
a
I
huge
love that.
win
I mean,
for
we've
me.
we've connected so many people through
Hmm.
our events, but also through crediting. So when you
Hmm.
upload your event album and you credit the venue and you credit the planner, it's almost like you're helping each other market your events and market
Yeah.
for each other, just like you tag on Instagram. And we kind of like to borrow a little from LinkedIn. Like when I go to your LinkedIn profile and I can see, oh, we have 10 overlapping contacts.
Hmm.
It's kind of that stamp of approval, like, okay, I know you've worked with my venue before. Even though it doesn't matter, you could shoot anywhere. There's
Yeah.
something about that to the buyer that you've done work at this venue before that kind of puts you ahead of people that maybe haven't worked at your venue. It's not the only thing that
Hmm.
matters, but we always like to say you've done so much work to
Yeah.
build this network. Like you're kind of like, oh, can I just go home tonight and I gotta go to that networking event? And I know you
Yeah.
end up having fun going to these events, but it is exhausting. I can tell you from experience that it's exhausting. But if you meet one or two new people,
Hmm.
that leads to one or two new pieces of business over a year, not overnight. That's how you start building your referral network. And the same holds true with the digital referrals. We think you've spent so much time building that network. Why not get credit for that on the website? And again, LinkedIn, we're not the first to invent this. When I reach out to venture capitalists and they see I'm connected to 50 other VCs that they know, it automatically sets me apart from someone that has no overlapping connections. And so I think that's what we're trying to do on Party Slate is give you credit for the amazing venues you've worked at, the amazing planners you've worked at to amplify your brand.
Gotcha. Okay, so on that note, so what are a couple things that you think like photographers that are having success on Party Slate are
Yes,
doing
yes,
versus photographers that are like not on Party Slate? Like, what do you think differentiates them?
yeah,
Or maybe they're on it, but they're not like optimizing their profile as
yeah.
well. What are some
I'm
key
so
things?
glad you asked me this question. You ask
Yeah.
you really good questions.
Oh, I have
Um,
so many, but
yeah,
anyway,
I know. I will. I literally, I could talk to you for like 2 hours.
we should like get
So
together and then I'll just do
yeah,
a YouTube analyzing all the
we'll
different questions.
continue it after
I
this.
know.
Yeah. So what there's a subtle nuance with photographers, and we hear this from venues, and it is not intentional. The
Okay.
planners always get the photos. They always get them, right? The planners oftentimes
Mhm.
hire you. At times, you may not have the email address of the venue person you're
Mhm.
working at,
True.
or
Mhm.
the planner is moving on to the next thing, and sometimes they're sending it out and they forgot.
Mhm.
I was just at Engage in Maui, and I had a very well-known venue say, "Why do I have to screenshot my planner's photos on Instagram to get the photos I need of my event?" So it's not your fault, right? Like
Yeah.
you might not even have their email. We've had this done a
Yep.
lot of research in this area.
Hmm.
But one thing that Party Slate allows is venues are often in a great position to refer business as our
Yes.
as our planners, right?
Yep. Hmm.
All photographers want to get in good with venues. One thing venues need and often don't get, I'm always surprised to hear this, are the professional photos
Yeah.
from their event.
That's
We
so
have a new
interesting.
product called Photo Hub that allows for that seamless sharing, almost like you don't have to download it to Dropbox and reload it up to Party Slate.
Mhm.
You credit those venues, and basically what you're doing is saving them some headaches.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the photos that you've created, you're going to send them the link or it's going to come through the planner. Obviously, if it's a Kardashian event, you're not going to be sharing them, it's private.
Yeah.
But let's say it's one of those events where you have approval to use it for marketing purposes. If you use Party Slate as a place to build your brand and credit the
Mhm.
venue and the planner and the caterer, they can actually just copy the photos into their photo hub. And it's almost like their
Ah.
AI driven kind of Dropbox. So it's no different than Dropbox. The difference is It's AI driven, it's visual, and it's built for the events industry. I
Uh-huh.
sometimes call Dropbox like dumpster diving. Like literally
Okay.
you're in there. I
Yeah.
can't even use it anymore. I can't. They do have a little bit of an AI search. It's not that good. So what we built is a beautifully simple photo management and photo sharing solution that's really built for sales, for the sales part of your job. It's not
Okay.
meant to be like, oh, share your photos with your clients. You have your own
Mhm.
platforms like PickTime and ShootProof and other things. But for venues and planners and caterers who may, you bet you sent the link and
Mhm.
they didn't download it, right? Like, I'm not blaming photographers. A
Yeah.
lot of times they're just too busy and they don't have it. If you upload those photos and credit them, they can instantaneously, without any friction, copy those photos over into their photo hub, which is on Party Slate. And then they
Mhm.
can decide, hey, I want to make something public. I want to keep it private. I want to add it to a photo board, which is like a sales tool that you can create that has a set of photos that are easy to share. So we're really creating a sales enablement tool.
Okay.
And I think to get in good with venues, which I think is a great
Yeah.
B2B channel, this is one way to do it. So
Oh,
the
it's
other thing is just think of the 7 to 10 touch points.
mhm.
We do not want to take away from your website. It's always going to be first if they search your name.
Mhm.
If they search top photographers, top venues in city XYZ, the usual suspects are going to come up, but
Mhm.
Party Slate more times than not is the first, second, or third result. So that's how we got the 4.5 million of users. So I would be completely honest, the majority of the leads
Mhm.
go to venues first because who do you hire first
Mhm.
in your process? It's venues.
Right.
That said, venues in a really good position to
Mhm.
refer business to both planners and photographers. Of
Okay.
course, if the planner's hired first, they're in a great position. So we think photographers, in addition to getting direct, impressions on your profile and having it to be your third touch point after your website and your Instagram, is the B2B
Mhm.
connections and sharing of photos. I think the photographers that really embrace this are going to
Mhm.
find, wow, they're really easy to work with. I always get my photos from them. It matters. I've had venues say, I'm never hiring that photographer again because I can't get the photos.
Yeah.
Literally.
You know
I mean,
what?
am I crazy for saying this or do you hear this?
So this is the thing that between you and I, shh, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
My
I
biggest
won't I
secrets
won't tweet this. Yeah.
is that I always share. Like I'm really, really good.
Yeah.
I've done it from the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
That is the reason why I'm booked, like I would say almost every Saturday, like at least 35 to 40 Saturdays of
Yeah.
the year,
Yeah.
because I share all the time.
There is currency in that.
Hmm.
And I think that we are so lucky to have
Yeah.
people like you that
Yeah,
shoot these beautiful events.
I know.
And I call it, digital marketing gold. I have a few drinks and I'm like, content is your currency. I always say that. Content is your currency. And who creates this content? You guys do. And
Yeah.
the
Well, we just
reason
capture
why
it. You guys create, I mean, the I just get to go
Yeah.
and
So you
document.
capture it. You capture it. They create it.
Yeah.
So it takes a village.
Yes.
If we didn't have a venue, we couldn't do it. If we didn't have a
Yeah.
planner, if we didn't have a customer, it takes a village. But it's
Okay.
your artistry and your talent
Hmm.
that makes a difference between kind of a blurry iPhone photo and a gorgeous, stunning photo that could help sell the
Yeah,
venue. And so
totally.
you guys know, though, if you continue and what you're doing is always getting those photos out, I think that is an incredible strategy. And I think sometimes photographers think about just the planner. They are hired me and you get to the planner. But I'm telling you, if you have to pick anyone else, of course, the decor companies,
Hmm.
the venue is in a great position to
Yep.
refer business. And that's how we built Party Slate is the majority contact a venue first.
Okay.
Then you can see photographers and planners that have worked at this venue. Of course, there's these high end events where the planner is selected first. And I think with bar bat mitzvahs, it could be that the planner is I had my own twins b'nai mitzvah a
Yeah.
couple of years ago. You get your date 2.5, 3 years in advance. So that
Yeah.
is a little bit different. And I always tell our famous DJ here in Chicago, our mitzvah DJ, Kareem, I always tell him, like, Kareem, do you realize what position you are in when you get that call first because people want you 3 years in advance?
Yeah.
Like, you are in an
Yeah.
incredible position.
Yep.
So it depends what type of event you're doing. But again, venue is typically in the events world chosen first or second.
Yeah.
And I think photographers should
Hmm.
spend 80% of your time, as much as I should say, oh, it's all Party Slate.
Hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
Party Slate's great, but building relationships with venues and planners, and not only in the real world, in the digital world too. So
Yeah.
taking the hell out of Instagram and, I don't want to say like sucking up, but like
Mhm.
sharing the venues when they share it, resharing it on your social media. Like that is a way of saying thank you. I'm helping you market your venue.
Yeah. And honestly, like to be really transparent, I feel like I don't focus on the venue that much. I mean, I always send everyone because we'll have the event planners usually give us
Yeah.
a list. Some are better than others. So I'll just usually reply to that email. And then once we get the party slate up, I have my VA do the party slate and tag everyone. Now, even if they're not on party slate, you can still tag them and try and
Yes.
help them get at least a free account, right?
Yes,
And
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
great.
We have a freemium model, so you can create a beautiful free profile with up to 3 real events. You can
Hmm.
also test Photo Hub for free for 30 days to see if
Yeah.
it's something you want. So we always want to give people like try before you buy.
Bye,
At the
right.
same time, in order to keep the lights on at Party Slate and pay my employees,
Hmm.
we did find in the early days we gave too much away for
Yeah.
free. And so we do give the 3 events. We do give venues 2 free leads a month. And once they
Mhm.
get over 2 free leads, we do ask them to sign up for membership. So we're doing a little bit more in order to, I want to keep growing and building and investing in the
Yeah.
platform to make it better. In order to do that, we have to make money.
And I'm definitely pro party slate. Like honestly, I've had huge success with it.
Yes.
I mean, I still get inquiries. I got one last week,
Good.
and it comes. You just have to. I think for me, the reason why I really love it is the ease of the SEO because I
Yeah.
don't know how to get my name. I'm so dialed in with like the referral network, but I
Yes.
don't know how to get on top
You
of
got to have
Google.
both, right?
Yeah.
So when you got to get on, how, Google the top 5 list, you got it
Yes.
somehow in your individual website. If they're searching for your brand, will always come up first. But
Mhm.
if they do 5 to 7 touch points, we want Party Slate to be one of those touch points.
Right, like if they're searching bar and bat mitzvah photographer, San Francisco
Yes.
Bay Area, I know
Yeah.
that that comes up, and because
Yeah.
I have a paid account, my name is like kicked up because
Top of
I
the
know
list.
all the
Exactly.
players, right? But I
Exactly.
feel
And I
like
think some categories, like we are the only game in town. So in
I know,
weddings,
like
it's competitive, but
yes,
galas, some form of corporate events, like
mhm.
there is nobody else out there. It's like, and I don't want too many people to hear this, but it's an open playing field. And then for weddings, we get probably 30% of the traffic. And the knot and wedding wear, they buy a lot of traffic with paid ads. All of ours are SEO and earned media, which is higher quality. And what we've heard from other people is, yes, you get more, but the quality is not always there.
Yeah, and I think looking at Party Slate, I mean personally, and I'm a pretty visual person, obviously being
Yeah.
a photographer, I think it just looks
Yeah.
expensive,
It's
which
it's higher end, and we just think what you guys do is like we want to be this modern,
mhm.
all white art museum,
Yes,
and your photos are the art.
yes.
And so we don't want a lot of ads and like you should buy a
Mm-mm.
Lexus and a
Yeah,
diamond
yeah.
floating and like,
Love that.
we don't want that. And we earn extra revenue? Probably, but we are purists in that we want your art and your talent to really shine. And that's really what our focus is.
Yeah, and I do think, I mean, listen, we're all in business to make money and have a business and succeed and thrive. And I think that when you set it up that way and you're on a platform that's like that, you look like that.
Yes.
It's a reflection
Yes.
of you and your company.
Yes.
And I 100% want my clients to think that when they're looking at my
Yeah.
25 plus galleries on Party Slate
Yeah.
and
I mean,
Bar.
we see that these clients and are in buying mode have an insatiable appetite for content. Like we've done research, like, is this too much content? Nope, I want to see more. No, I want to see other kinds of events they've done. No, this is the gallery section of Party Slate is by far the most popular
Mhm.
area of the site. And if they can identify something that talks to them or inspires them, they're much more likely, to reach out to you.
Oh, definitely. And I feel like, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. I was going to say something really relevant. Um, no, I just feel like it's just helped my business so much. I
Yeah.
want to share it with more people. And
Thank you
I
so
feel
much.
like at the minimum, like I've heard so many different stories. Like one of my favorite event planners said she got her biggest corporate client from Party Slate. And
Yeah.
it's like at the minimum, you've got to get on there and just put some galleries up, right?
Yes.
But everybody
Absolutely.
in the San Francisco Bay Area, I want to be the top bar mitzvah photographer.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Well,
kidding. There's
we always
plenty
say
of
there's a
room to
lot of
go.
business, there's a lot of business for everyone.
Yes.
And if they identify with your work and they see something that they like, and again, we think content is your currency and you have the content. So all these other
Yes.
industries I've worked in, retail and pharmaceuticals, like in my digital days, they have to go hire a photographer. They have to go shoot
Mhm.
it. Even Airbnb in the early days wasn't as successful because the photos were bad. They
Oh
hired
gosh.
photographers and said, we'll send photographers out to actually shoot your event like that. We have it. So it's not about do you have enough content? It's
Yeah.
about what do you do with the content? Is it collecting what I like to
Mhm.
call digital dust in your platform of choice, Dropbox or Google Drive, or even for you guys your photographer platforms, or are you putting it to work for you? And I think Instagram is a great, like I call it a lean back channel when you're kind of exploring and doing early research. But Party Slate is a lean in platform. You're
Yeah.
high intent. You've done a Google search, you've done a ChatGPT search. You are looking for a photographer, or you're looking for a venue, and you come to our beautiful directory and you get engaged. And hopefully you either click out to their website or they contact through Party Slate. And that's really what our goal is to connect you. We don't get a commission. We don't close the loop.
Yeah.
We really are a marketing platform. So that's what we do. And we also do have a free model where, try it for a few months just to see
Yeah.
if you like it.
I mean, and
Um,
I feel like for
yeah.
the networking alone, like you talk about, it's huge. That's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
And that photo hub thing, that's what my thought was. I was like, I had a good thought, I
Yeah.
lost it. But I need to start working on that more because there's so many times that I get asked by like mitzvah clients, oh, have you worked with AJ or Adam or,
Yeah.
Ricky? And I'm like, I
Yeah.
have all these pictures in my party set. I need to really get out there and
Yes.
start sending it. Like,
Exactly. And I think just being able to in Photo Hub, you can actually say, show me all the events I've done with Ricky. You can filter
yeah.
on that.
Yeah. And
And
it's really
so
because I've watched the YouTubes, it's really cool. And I just
yeah,
don't
it go
have the
really, really
time.
easy to, it's almost these proof points where you just don't want to be one of those like doom scrollers, like, I have
Yeah.
it. I swear I have it. And like I have people like, they get excited. They want to show me a really cool event. I love seeing things I haven't seen before, but I've been at networking events where like someone like for 7 minutes is trying to, like
Yeah.
trying to find that photo. I'm like, you can send it to me later. I'm like, we have
Yeah.
something called Photo Hub where you can be like, purple
Yeah.
uplit bar mitzvah, and those photos will come up. Or you knew you work with a certain planner, and all your albums will come up. So we've tried to make it really. I like to say, like my mom, who's in her 80s, could use it. Like really, really simple. We
Hmm.
know photographers are more sophisticated because you guys use technology
Our
platforms for
galleries.
venues
Yeah.
and planners. We just want to make it easy and fast and
Yeah.
AI driven. So like no more manual taggings, like the
Mhm.
old days of these alt taggings, like we had interns like that's a rainbow and that's a all done by AI now.
AI. Oh my gosh.
It
Yeah.
is like mind blowing.
So that's one of the questions I want to ask, and I know we'll probably have to wrap up soon. Dang it. But
Yeah.
how is AI changing, in your opinion, the
Yeah.
event industry? And like what do we
Yes.
need to like be ready for? And like what would you
Yeah.
suggest us to be prepared for?
Yes, I do a lot of speaking on this because I remember because I'm on the older side, like when social media came along, and they're like, what do I do? When
Yeah.
mobile came along, what do I do? So this is similar. I think the exciting thing about AI is you can think about it if you have a team of three, AI could help you operate as a team of six. And I know that's easier said than done. It doesn't
Mhm.
happen overnight. But just as an example, let's say you're not particularly great at social media.
Mhm.
I have a little template that I can send you that you can drop into AI to help you create an AI social media plan and strategy that will say how many times a week you should post, can help you actually write the copy, can
Yeah.
help you structure a written plan in 7 minutes, like really, really
Yeah.
fast. The more advanced tools, there's AI posting tools. There's a lot of tools out there that could help you. You have a team of two, kind of feel like you have a team of four.
Yeah.
And so that's why I try to tell people to start with what are some of these time consuming, maybe a little bit more repetitive things. Maybe in photography, I know you still have an art of editing, but there could be
Yeah.
some more editing tools that are getting better and better that will, speed up your time. So I think you should first look to the tools you already use. So
Mhm.
Party Slate, we layered in AI search.
Mhm.
We use a platform called Notion. They have AI automations in Notion and Slack. So look to your tools you use today first and don't close out that little AI
Yeah.
efficiency tool that's popping up, and maybe watch a little YouTube video about it or lean into it and try to embrace it. I would
Hmm.
also say talk to your peers.
Hmm.
What are you doing? How are you embracing AI? And then I would really encourage you to like bookmark a ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever your tool of choice is, and use it more times than not versus a Google search. Don't treat it like a search, but treat it
Hmm.
like a coworker. Like
Yeah.
a little overwhelmed. I have to put my board presentation together. This is the important messages I want, blah, 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 blah. Look at all my Slacks over the last week. Can you help me create an agenda for our next board meeting?
Yeah.
1 minute. I would
It's
not 1 minute, 1 second, and there's
it's
that
like
agenda.
it's
And
really
then I
amazing.
can go
Yeah.
into Claude and I can say, look at my last three board decks. These are the new messages. Go into my HubSpot, update the charts. I mean, it's crazy talk what
Hmm.
it can do. And
Yeah.
so start slow. I started with ChatGPT. I am now layering on Claude. My
Okay.
team is massively into Claude, Cowork, and
Yeah.
doing
It seems to be the
so
one.
many cool projects and efficiencies. And we have a proposal builder now that we didn't have
Wow.
before. So I think start with looking at it as efficiency
Hmm.
and don't be scared that it's going to replace you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I feel like for photographers, I like wish I could find like we use like things like Aftershoot and
Yeah,
Imagen, which definitely help with the amount of hours of editing, but I wish that there was a way we could just get to 90, 80, 90% of editing
yeah,
done. But I think I
yeah.
have to hire someone for that. So
Yeah.
it's
And
good.
another thing you can do is you can hire someone and maybe even offshore. I know some people do that to leverage these AI tools that
Mhm.
make them better and you're still doing the last review. Like
Yeah.
like with Claude Cowork, we're coding, we're doing more in Claude code so we can build faster, but we are not putting anything into this last 10 years of Party Slate's code base that
Mhm.
is not double, triple checked. And so I think it's about moving a little faster so it gives you more time to go to networking events, to reach out to like I would suggest for every photographer, for you specifically, you're already doing great with planners, put a venue strategy together.
Mhm.
Say
I
who
think
you
it's smart.
are, what your target is, put together ideas, start using Party Slate to share photos, do things like that, but put a high intent plan on I'm going to win over 20 new venues.
Yeah, that would be
They're
huge.
going to fall in love with me.
I do want to get into a specific area a little bit
Yeah.
more. So that's a really good nugget for
And
me.
I always say what's not written down does not happen. And
Mhm.
I always I'm kind of an ADHD leader. Like I'm always driving, want to do a lot, want to do more, want to do more.
Yeah.
When you write down a plan, you're more apt to follow through on it. So
Mhm.
what's not written doesn't get done. So if you have this new area you want to get into, whether it's
Yeah.
Sonoma or Napa or whatever, in a certain kind of event,
Mhm.
throw all this stuff in AI. Like don't filter yourself. You could even like put the audio on and talk to it
Okay.
and then say, create a one-page plan. And then I'd say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is this plan? Well, they always say it's a 7. Well, make it a 10. How do I make it
Okay.
better? You keep prompting it, and then copy it into a Google Doc.
That's
You
so
got your
good.
6-month plan for venue domination in area X.
I love that. So
Yeah.
yes, I knew I was going to have such a great interview. Okay,
Yeah.
so I want to be respectful of your time, and we'll have to do like a part two of this. But
Yeah.
I totally am in agreement with everything you say about writing it down. I feel like the reason I have the success I have is because I write down my goals and my dreams, and I
Yes.
visualize. And I'm very spiritual, and I just recently got into meditation the last couple of years.
I love
So,
that.
my question for you is, if you have one or if you don't, do you have any type of spiritual or meditation practice that you kind of go to when you're kind of coming up against hard times? I know
Yeah.
being Jewish, you probably have a faith. So,
Yes, I
like, I'd
do,
love to
but
hear that.
I would say I'm more culturally Jewish than religious. And
Right.
I think I took a meditation class and I really failed miserably.
Oh,
I didn't do the homework. My husband's really into yoga. He's an instructor. He's
no.
he's like he's more in line with that and I should be doing it, but I do find my one happy place
Mhm.
is and my friends that engage and others always know that is when I get in the jacuzzi, get in the hot tub,
And relax.
my stress just kind of melts away, and
Yep.
that's my happy place.
That's like your meditation. That's
That's
it.
my meditation. It's just for whatever reason, and I'm sure there's a lot of studies like, tying people that have a little bit of that, my mind is always spinning. My mind is
Yeah,
always spinning.
I
And
get
that's a
it.
good thing, but sometimes a bad thing is that for some reason the water just calms
Calm
me down.
too.
That's my
Yeah.
happy space.
Yeah, I mean, we need it because as entrepreneurs, like we're always going, there's always something to do.
Yes.
And I found that, like, honestly, when I write it down, like you said, like,
Yeah.
what are the goals for the year? And
Yep.
this is such good info for me. I've got to work on a few things. I got more stuff to do. But when I
Yeah.
calm myself down and I just quiet myself, it's the same thing as going to
Yes,
the hot tub,
it
just
is.
relaxing, closing your eyes, and just seeing where you want to go,
Yeah.
and believing that you
Yeah.
can do it. And look,
And I do have a template that I'll send over to you. And if you want to put
yeah,
it in your show notes or a link to it, that is literally a business and marketing plan template that you
awesome.
can drop it in to AI. In
Okay.
the old days, maybe I'd say spend 3 hours on it.
Yeah.
I am not kidding you. You could do it in 15 minutes with the right prompts.
Okay.
And so all the things with all your coaching that you're doing and writing it down, we're big believers, and you're from the Bay Area. So objectives and key results that were basically invented in
Yeah.
Silicon Valley, OKRs they're called. And there's tons of books about it. You don't even have to buy the books now. You can go to your AI tool of choice. And it's about creating a vision for your objective for the year
Okay.
and your three key results that you're going to measure, and then chunking it down into quarters. So if it's a venue domination plan, maybe it's one region per quarter, it's 10 venues per quarter that you're going to make meaningful impact, and
Okay.
maybe it's winning one new venue relationship per quarter. Like so it's
Okay.
manageable. And this template really helps you do it. You probably could do it without my template now, but what
Yeah.
this does is it
This
just
helps.
grounds the prompts in I need an annual plan, and we're in the events industry. I need quarterly objectives and key results. And then it takes it a little bit to the next level on marketing and content priorities.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
You're
Yeah, because that was
welcome.
one big thing for me this year is one goal is to get more into like San Francisco because I feel like I'm definitely working in all the areas, but I would
Yes.
love to just kind of get those more party
Yeah.
slate like
Yeah.
style events,
Yeah.
bar and bat
I
mitzvahs,
mean,
I
you
should
can
say.
you can do it. You know who the referral network is, and
Hmm.
I think each event is slightly different
Yeah,
dynamic. Like how far ahead do you get your date and blah blah blah. But once you understand the dynamics, just creating that narrow focus on the type of, for the B2B side, you still have to do brand building, right? You
of
got to
course.
make
Yeah.
time to build your brand because of the 7 to 10 touch points. But I really think for photographers at your level, 70% is that those relationships, and those relationships can be strengthened both in the real world, or as my kids say, IRL, and in the digital space through things like crediting on
Hmm.
Instagram on Party
Yeah.
Slate.
And SEO too, which
Yeah,
we're
but for those photographers out there,
Mhm.
the best way to get, in addition to being really talented and being great to work with and easy to work with,
Yep.
is to help them become better digital marketers by
Mhm.
providing in a timely fashion the photos that they need.
That was like seriously multi-million dollar advice right there. I
Yeah.
mean, so
It's
yeah,
easier said than done. I know you guys are always on
it's
the go. It's
you
it's a lot,
know,
but write it down. AI, if I have writer's block, there's no excuse anymore. You just start like brain dumping in AI, and in 7 minutes you can have a written plan.
yeah. And if you just do a checklist, I mean, it's really not hard. Once you send the
Yeah.
gallery, because that's what we do is we send the gallery to the client, you
Yeah.
just send it to all the vendors,
Yes.
right? It's not that hard.
Absolutely.
It's
And we're
only as
trying to
hard as
make it even easier by you can do that.
and
And in
tag them.
addition to that, do it on Party Slate, and then they'll automatically be able to accept it into their photo hub.
Which is awesome. It's such a good networking, I'm telling you, because
Yes.
networking is truly the key. And if you have a little one like me and you can't always make the networking events,
Yep.
this is where you have to go, right?
Yeah. I
This is
mean, I
what you
think
have to
that's
do.
the best. I have older kids now. I'm going to be an empty nester soon. But when they were
No.
younger, I mean, you had to
Yeah,
prioritize
you
what you do
do.
with your time. So maybe you can only do one networking event a month, but there's one a week and you can't go
Yeah.
to it. So you have to replace it with digital.
Well, and I can tell you, being a person that's gone to like every Party Slate event, I'm sorry, but just facts, your events are like the best.
Thank you.
The
We
best.
get the best people there.
We need to get you back here. I feel like I went to the last one was in wine country and it was like amazing. I took a friend from another industry.
Which one was that? Do
It was
you
the one
remember?
in like Napa or somewhere.
Okay.
Was it at the oh, I
Auberge,
forget.
maybe?
Auberge, yeah. I
Yeah.
think or somewhere. It was like a fancy
Yeah,
winery.
we are working on a Bay Area event as we speak. So we are excited. We have about one event a month, so 12 a year.
Yeah.
And Bay Area is a really important market to us. So we just did one in
Amazing.
LA and Boston. Chicago's next, followed by Dallas, and it's coming up.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. No, my girlfriend was like, this is what you guys do for networking. I'm like, girl, not do your like, don't
Yeah.
invite me to your networking events.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, you
This
can't
is
go
this is
fuck.
how we roll.
I
And
know.
we get sponsored partnerships. And what we
Amazing.
found through our sponsorships is, every time we end an event, they're like, when can we do the next one? And the reason
Right?
is not, yes, they love Party Slate, and yes, Julie has relationships, but they get the right people in the room, and they
Mhm.
might win 10 events after that. Like, oh, I didn't
Easy.
picture, Auberge this way for a corporate event. I didn't envision this new space that I didn't know you had. And so, just like selling a car, if you can get someone in the car to drive it, you're likely to sell it. That's what these venues think. And so
Mhm.
the B2B side, again, is just
It's
so
huge.
critical in our
It's huge.
industry.
And you never know if you trace it back. Like I've traced things to where like, oh my God, this one person at this one networking event created like $40,000 in my, corporate
Yes.
events side of my
Yes.
business. I'm
Yes.
like, so was it worth it to go? I think so,
Yes, it is.
So, oh my God, Julie, this has been so
This was so
wonderful.
fun. It went so
I feel
fast.
like
Thank you.
I have like a whole laundry list of questions.
Well,
We'll
I'm
have to do
happy to
another
come
one.
on again as you build this up. And I love, there's so many strong female leaders in this
Yeah.
industry. And I've made it a commitment of mine. So many women have helped me to help, women build their career, build stronger businesses. So that's something that's really personally important to me. So I really appreciate that you started, doing this coaching. I think that's really important. And we appreciate you being a fan of Party Slate.
Oh, you're welcome. I know I'm so excited. I love helping people too. And it's the best feeling when you can like take someone from not believing that they can do it to like actually doing it and
Yes,
making money and like creating the dream. And I'm like, it's just like a series of the steps that we talked about
it
today
is.
and
It is.
belief, right?
Yeah.
And it
Not
all,
being scared to try and also not being scared to fail. That's one thing I like about, Silicon Valley culture
yeah.
is, failure is really viewed as a badge of honor
Hmm.
because the people that have not failed have not tried.
Tried,
And
right?
so typically the breakthrough successes you see are the third or fourth or fifth try, not the
Mhm.
first. And so I think, you got to try some. Party Slate's done some things that haven't worked and we've scaled
Yeah,
back. So you gotta go out there, listen to your customer, listen to your clients and your stakeholders, and really lean into how you're helping to add value or solving problems.
definitely. And we have a whole list of things that you can start doing to try tomorrow or today.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I'll be in touch
Thank
with
you.
when I want to talk to you again, hopefully down the road.
Awesome. Well, appreciate the invitation and we'll talk soon.
Thank you. All right. So, what do you think? Definitely comment down below. Check out my website if you want further information on any of the things that we offer as products and tips that you can use in your business. I think this interview was absolutely amazing. Julie's so fantastic. And the nuggets she gave were just priceless. I'm going to start implementing them in my business this year. And feel free to reach out, comment down below if you have questions about Party Slate. If you want to know more, definitely click information in the descriptions box. There are links to set up a call, deep dive further, check out my website, my products if you want to know more and how we can help you. But I tell you, Party Slate is the way to go. It's definitely worth it if you're an event professional in the industry of events and wanting to take your business to the next level and get those referrals, because I tell you, I've made thousands from Party Slate. So I have a membership. I think it's well worth it. And if you have more questions, just let me know. I'm happy to help out. I hope you got value. Definitely like and subscribe and comment down below if you have further questions or if you've used Party Slate and absolutely love it too. I think that lots of people are out there using it, and it's a great platform to utilize to grow your business and to get out there, connect with other vendors and network, and just showcase all of your gorgeous work that you create in your events. Until next time, thanks so much for hanging and watching. And we're going to have more interviews coming up this year. I'm really excited. So stay tuned and let us know if you have questions. We're always happy to help. Take care. Thanks, guys. Bye.